look it up. That Canada is an all-party state. Do you know what that
Is
means?
it that it doesn't matter?
No, no, that you have to get everyone's. They have to know that everyone that you record, they don't have permission to record me. So if somebody's
Oh,
recording
really?
me right now without my permission, it's against the law.
Oh, is it? I
Hmm.
re- I record everything.
I know. I'm not
I
saying I would
record.
listen. I would never ever go to the police. Listen to me. I am on a public platform. That means I'm giving permission, I would think, right? You are on a platform, um, on the live where hundreds could come in and out, right?
Hmm. So that's a real question. Good question. BFF Racket said, "Oh, so same Marbles is recording."
Yeah. It's against, yes, I could have marbles charged.
Huh.
Hmm. But I only said that because, like I said, they absolutely went live and said they were gonna. There's an anti-bullying law in Canada, and in because you don't live in Canada, you're uneducated about it. Okay, this is talking about cyberbullying, um, where kids are pushing kids to harm themselves. Right.
Right.
This is a absolute law that if say I push somebody and I'm on a live with you, right?
Hmm.
I'm calling you all these names and hounding you repeatedly for weeks and weeks, which in turn makes you harm yourself, okay?
Hmm.
And you can prove it was just me, right? I
Right.
could absolutely be charged for that. Does that make sense?
Right. Yeah.
Um, they're talking about. They said, and if you hosted a live and you allowed that, um, my account was banned for 2 weeks, so I haven't hosted anything. I can hop into a box. I'm not hosting this live. This is Bullets Live, right? Um, but show me. You would have to prove without a shadow of a doubt that it was me and me alone that caused you to do something, right? It caused you to harm yourself. It caused you.
Right.
It would have to be me, right? It's the same as it would have to be marbles. It would have to be. There's a couple people from Canada on here, right? Ali. They would have to absolutely prove that I bullied them so badly that happened. That's the law here. You don't live in Canada, so you sound silly trying to name off a Canadian law. You aren't educated enough to charge anybody in the States in your own country. So try, please, let me know who you're going to contact if you're going to try to have me charged. It could be either one, OPP, which is Ontario Provincial Police, or the RCMP. Ooh, it's so which one do you contact? I'm still ruled under the king, right? Canada is ruled under the king, under England. So you have to be educated enough to know all the laws and be able to recite what you were saying. Like, I mean, I'm tired of the bullying aspect and then threatening the police. Like, that sounds ridiculous, right?
Yeah.
Like they absolutely bullied you yesterday to the point where they made a nation for it and then turn around and say, we're going to contact the police. Why? Because people defended you? Okay, come ahead.
Well, in the
Call the
state of
police.
Indiana, they push on cyberbullying laws as well.
Yes.
And here's the thing: there's a lot of for better experience. Okay, there was an Indiana boy that just passed away on May 5th. At 10 years old, he unalived himself from bullying at school,
That's right.
etc., etc. Right? And this is a true story. This is what happened. And his little boy's name was Sammy. It's all over the internet, so I can say that. Um, Hang on, anti-bullying bill. So this individual is pushing for a bullying like a bullying bill. It's called, I think it's going to be called Sammy's Law or something like
Mm-hmm.
that. He is very adamant about getting something like that in place to where it helps not only people like children, et cetera, but individuals that are being bullied no matter what. So it is very big in the state of Indiana right now. It is very big. The attention is crazy.
That's why we have it here, and it's because
Right.
you have and it is based for children. So
Mhm.
when you read the law, read into it and find out, because it's when I was younger, we didn't have cell phones, right? We didn't have um, you go and knock on the door. Well, there people are. Oh, Hernandez, I can't with you right now. So in our laws, it was based on children because they're bullied so much from school. But now those same kids that bully you at school every day are taking it to the internet and continuing the bully on the internet, right? On any platform that that child might have. So it causes them to not have a reprieve, I guess they call it, right? They have no reprieve from the bullying because it's happening every day at school. Now it's happening on their social media and they're absolutely, those stupid memes that people are making. I mean, Girl made a bunch of them, right?
Right.
With people's faces and stuff. They're doing that to children. That's what that law is about. So that
Right.
causes in turn that child, or I mean, it very rarely happens with adults, but it turns causes that child to harm themselves, and that's where that law became, right? This was a child-based law because that's what it was for, right? It was to protect the children from the
Right.
constant bullying at school and then taking it to social media and just not giving them a break. That's what it was for.
Right.
Um, that's why I said May May and Grow. And it was May May who said it. So that's why I'm addressing her. If you feel you have enough evidence to show that I personally bullied somebody and I personally did that, send it. Send it.
Yeah,
Right?
exactly.
Like I don't I'm about that life. Like please send it because they don't know where I work either, right? Like take my ticket. I'm a mandated reporter. And I absolutely cannot report people on the internet. And if you knew the law, you would know that, right? Like I can't report. Let's say May May. May May supposedly a mandated reporter. I can't report May May. She has not put anybody's life in danger.
Right.
But they keep throwing that up there. And I'm like, man, you guys are not, you don't understand the law and the surroundings about that law, right? You go ahead and report me. Report me, come after me, show where I have done it to the point where somebody has harmed themselves. Show me the proof. And I've asked that 1,000 times. There are accusations that Racket, I guess, have caused two people to go into hospitals. Show me. Show me where the proof where it's been us. Where no other issues on their personal life has happened. It was just us. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
Like it doesn't, what they're saying makes no sense. You cannot base your internet life because again, anybody could turn off this app. If your mental health is not strong and your mental health is struggling in your personal life, you can log off this app,
Absolutely. I understand that.
right? You can't blame people on this right now solely for your mental health. Like I said, that law was made because of kids being bullied all day from school and those same kids bullying them taking over their social media. So they never got a reprieve.
Right.
You cannot hold me personally accountable for something I said on the internet when you are not taking care of
Just
your mental health.
EPM, just a second, please. Bullet, just real quick, can you check the messages from Sassy on the co-leader account? That would be awesome. Thank you. Bye.
Good. Did you get the messages? That's right. That's what I mean. It's our responsibility as our individual to log off. If your mental health is struggling, log off. You should have your friends, your safety net, and I mean there might be a couple people in on here or a couple people in Facebook or even personal life that are your close friends that you could talk to separate from this app. You cannot hold me accountable because you can't turn your internet off. Because you can't log off this internet. If you need a break, stop coming on here. I think that's my problem. I have exactly your safety friends, right? And BFF is the main one who goes on huge breaks, but she's absolutely wrecked. And she leaves for weeks at a time. Nobody.
Right.
You're only in control of your own mental health.
Right. And you know, and I'm going to say this again. I wasn't going to come back on here until after what was said, and I just wanted to kind of stand up for that as well. The hard R word. I don't stand for any of that, and I think that's absolutely wrong, and it's definitely a low blow to them.
Wasn't it that?
For doing
And here's my problem with that word. Here, I was trying to remember before. I'm pretty sure that somebody, God, about a month ago, said that about her
Mhm.
son, and
That's
she absolutely lost it.
that's why I felt very strongly to come on here, not just for myself, but for that situation. So it was very disappointing to hear that all of that stuff come out of Gro's mouth, and not for myself necessarily. I'm a grown ass adult, right? Um, but standing for something so strongly when it has to do with a child,
Hmm.
and then to be turned around and slapped in the face. It was
Well,
very sad, and
exactly.
you
And
know,
she's
but
saying this. Here's my other thing. These guys are yelling this in front of their children.
yeah,
What are you teaching them? Are you teaching them it's okay to call other children that? Are you
it,
teaching them it's okay to say the vile stuff you do in front of them? I have 5 children. I have 5. And my children do not hear, I always have an earpiece in. My children do not hear the vile stuff that comes out of people's mouths. They don't hear
it
when I talk because I don't do it in front of them. I mute, I leave, I put the phone down, whatever I need to do if they're
facts.
around.
I do as well,
You are
and I prove
yelling
that in my
that.
life. You
Exactly.
know,
Like, you are yelling that stuff in front of your children. And the only reason I say that is because we can hear the children in the background, right?
yeah. I
And
don't.
that I just think that's morally wrong right there. You just taught your child that you defended that word against your child. Oh, you absolutely went crazy when somebody said
Yeah.
it. But now it's okay to call another person that. That's weird to me. That's odd, right?
Right. And just because, it's not the fact that she said it to an adult. It's not that fact. It's the fact, I
It's
hope
the
people
word.
understand this, is that when you defend somebody so hard for their little one, for being called that, and then that same person who wholeheartedly defended their own, and you help defend that, turns around and does the same thing, it's just not a good look. It's very disappointing, and shows me that, makes me feel like you don't care. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They don't care. It was for attention, and that's not okay. I should never have to feel that way about anybody with their child. I should
Mhm.
never feel that way. And I'm disappointed in
Uh,
myself for having to feel that way.
well, you know what? I've said this for the last probably 2 weeks. I have been on here and I said, always the victim, right? And never the
Right.
perpetrator. And that's what it's always been, right, for her. She comes out and says the most vile things, and then she turns around and says, it's because of this and this, and now look at they're attacking me, or I need a break, and she starts crying, right? It's perpetually always the victim. She will come back, and she will absolutely be the victim again. It's coming, because she always is.
I mean,
And
I really heard her break down for situations, and now I'm thinking,
to get away with
my
what she
heart
did
hurt for
earlier.
you.
Yeah.
My heart hurt for you. Even private calls, I've heard her break down about people coming after this person and that person and coming after her for this, and it's like, well, I don't know what to believe anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And it was because of yesterday. So
Mm-hmm.
don't get mad if I have people in my boxes and I get along with them. Don't get mad now because you've made me question everything around me. And that's nobody's fault but yours.
And that's not fair to you. I feel bad. Like I said to you earlier this morning, I'm sorry that your friend did that, because that was somebody you continuously said was your friend. You continuously defended, even if she was wrong, right? You went full force
Yeah.
defending, right? Even if you felt she was wrong, you full force defended. Um, for her to turn that quickly.
Yeah. Oh, and I just want to make a public service announcement as well before I forget this because I was going to say it like 3 different times, like in the whole several hours that I've been live. Um, I also want to say that Nicole, I just want you to know that you've been blamed the entire time for everything about my brother and all the stuff that's behind the accounts and everything. It's always been your fault. And I have stood there and said I don't believe Nicole Nicole did
So
that
have
other
we.
stuff. So
So have
there's
we.
if she's behind it, she's behind it. I don't know, but I know
So Sassy.
Grow especially has absolutely blamed Nicole. So, for you to be in her live yesterday after
Okay.
she slandered you to the ground over it, might want to rethink that, Nicole. Just saying. And I don't like Nicole, but I just felt like I needed to say that. But I have to get off of here. I have some things that I got to do. I can't promise that I won't be on again. If there's some other things that come up, hopefully I can just chill out.
Go have
But I have,
a day of relaxing with your friends like
yes,
Gigi and stuff, and spend the day off of here, right?
yeah,
Not that I think your mental health was affected. You seem pretty cool and collected right now. You're not yelling and screaming and freaking out. I just think that
yeah.
take the day. They don't need. They don't. I did send you a message, Bullet, because you and I
Okay.
were talking, but I don't think that. Yeah, it's just not. It's not necessary. It's done, right?
Yeah, and I just want everybody to know that I am okay. Like I know when
Hi,
enough is
Ashley Link.
enough. I really truly do. So, but yeah, I do have to get off of here, but I appreciate
Okay.
everybody for being in here and listening. There's a possibility that I'll be back on tomorrow morning. I'm not for sure. Just hopefully no more fuck shit happens, you know?
You know it's gonna at 2 a.m.
Yeah, fuck. Well, there's that.
You
So,
know?
all right, you
Okay.
guys. Thank you
Have a
guys
good
for being
day.
in here.